Depression, a word many use casually, but for millions around the world, it's a silent battle that affects every aspect of life. In this video, we'll uncover what depression truly is, its symptoms, causes, and how it can be managed. Depression is more than just feeling sad or low for a few days. It's a persistent mental health condition that impacts how a person thinks, feels, and behaves. According to the World Health Organization, over 280 million people globally live with depression. It is classified as a mood disorder and is often associated with a loss of interest in daily activities, persistent feelings of sadness, and an overall sense of hopelessness. Depression symptoms can vary from person to person, but common signs include a consistent feeling of sadness or emptiness, loss of interest in hobbies or activities once enjoyed, changes in appetite, eating too much or too little, sleep disturbances, either insomnia or oversleeping, fatigue or lack of energy, difficulty concentrating, making decisions, or remembering details, feelings of guilt, worthlessness, or helplessness, physical symptoms like headaches, stomach issues, or body aches without a clear cause. In severe cases, thoughts of self-harm or suicide. These symptoms persist for at least 2 weeks and interfere with daily life. Depression doesn't have a single cause. It's usually a combination of factors. Biological. An imbalance of neurotransmitters, like serotonin or dopamine, can contribute to depression. Genetic. If someone in your family has had depression, you're at a higher risk. Environmental. Stressful events such as the loss of a loved one, financial problems, or abuse can trigger depression. Psychological. People with low self-esteem or a history of trauma are more vulnerable. Social. Loneliness, isolation, or toxic relationships can also play a role. Let's address some common myths about depression. Myth: depression is just sadness. Fact: sadness is a temporary emotion. Depression is a long-term condition. Myth: you can snap out of it. Fact: depression is not a choice. It's a medical condition that requires treatment. Myth: only weak people get depressed. Fact: depression can affect anyone, regardless of their strength or achievements. Thankfully, depression is treatable. Treatment options include therapy. Cognitive behavioral therapy, CBT, is one of the most effective approaches. It helps people identify negative thought patterns and replace them with healthier ones. Medications. Antidepressants, such as SSRIs, can help balance brain chemistry. However, they must be prescribed by a doctor. Lifestyle changes. Regular exercise, a balanced diet, and sufficient sleep can help improve mood and energy levels. Support systems. Talking to friends, family, or support groups can provide emotional relief. Professional help. In severe cases, hospitalization or more intensive treatment may be necessary. If someone you know is struggling with depression, listen without judgment. Sometimes they just need to be heard. Encourage them to seek professional help. Check in on them regularly. Avoid saying things like, "cheer up," or "it's all in your head." Instead, validate their feelings and remind them they're not alone. If you're feeling overwhelmed by depression, don't wait to seek help. Talk to a mental health professional, your doctor, or a trusted person. If you have thoughts of self-harm or suicide, contact emergency services or a crisis hotline in your area. Depression can feel isolating, but it's important to remember, you are not alone and help is available. With the right support and treatment, it's possible to live a fulfilling life despite depression. Let's work together to break the stigma surrounding mental health.